Justice for
Okay,
O'Malley.
boys.
Ariel Hawani.
We're rolling.
We're on? We're live?
We're on. Episode
Is my
14, baby. It's our first buzzed up edition with our
With our first homeless guest.
Magic Michael Hamel, the legend of getting buzzed. So the agreement at the beginning was he's going to take a shot every 5 minutes. He agreed, said, yep, no problem.
That was not the agreement.
Did he get scared?
It was.
Did he get scared?
Bud,
And you know.
we said 10 minutes. Because you said, if I take a hit every 5 minutes, I'm going to fucking die. You go, I don't even think I can do that.
Is that true, Tim? Because you told me he agreed to 5.
No,
He
we
did
said
agree to
5, and then he didn't agree to it.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Well, first off, we'll start with one shot and one hit each. Buzzed up edition, here we go.
Go ahead. Crack this
What up,
seal.
subscribers?
Fresh
Twitch
bottle
fan?
of Crown that one of my
Yes, so
jiu-jitsu
that no one
students
thinks
bought me.
I'm a mother faker.
Mikey can't smoke because he doesn't have his card, and we don't do illegal shit.
Don't do
And he
illegal
can't
shit.
handle it.
And I hate the pot.
He's just into healthy organic shit, so he's just going to drink instead.
This is from corn.
Let's treat this as the celebration for your last win.
Thank
Mike's
you.
last W was what, 3 weeks ago? 3?
3 weeks ago, I
3
think.
weeks ago, so we're celebrating. A little
Combate
late.
Americas.
We're celebrating.
Rode the
Do you wanna
piss out of
take
a
a-
Colombian.
What?
Do you want to take a rip, Sean?
Yeah.
All right.
Man, one thing we
Here's
all
to you
have in
guys.
common.
Cheers.
Thank you.
One thing we all have in common is our hips are all fucked up.
That is accurate.
This is just water by the way.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
Sugar's hip labrum's torn.
Mine's partially torn. And then I had a stress fracture in the base of my femur.
Yeah, what Brandon, our movement coach, said. He said most people that do combat sports and do wrestling and all that have torn hip labrums. But Sean, you're planning on getting surgery, right?
Yeah, I saw the surgeon on I saw the surgeon a couple days ago. He said he definitely recommends surgery. He has to go in there and dislocate my hip, shave off part of the bone, and then I stopped listening from there because that sounded disgusting. But yeah, it's a 2-hour surgery. I'll be back to training in 4 months, so
They hang you upside down, don't they?
I don't know.
Because the hip's really hard to like. I know.
That is so fucked. That's what Dustin Poirier just said. I think he's got hip problems. He pulled out of the fight with Nate.
Yeah.
What's that movie where they get surgery and they get put under, but they can feel everything they're doing to them, but they can't react?
Oh God, that's my nightmare.
Damn.
every single time I've had surgery, I've been like, please wake up and please don't feel it.
I've never been nervous for
What day
surgery.
you going in?
Hopefully Tuesday. I'm trying to get it in as fast as possible, and the surgeon does surgery Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I'm trying to get it in Tuesday.
What do they say the recovery's like on that?
So he said I'll be on crutches for 2 weeks with 0 pressure on my foot, and then 20% like kind of hopping on the crutches. So I think in like 4 to 5 weeks I'll be kind of walking around again. I don't know if that's. I mean, I'm gonna have to ask again to make sure, but I think that's what it was.
That'll be good. How do you boys like the new studio?
Dude, baller. This place is nice.
It's fucking tight,
I
right?
think it turned out perfect.
I like all the little details in here that I didn't know about.
The little lamps behind the chairs.
So Mikey, what was the toughest thing from you coming? You
Wait.
wrestled at Wyoming.
We need to get a timer.
That
we
is
gotta
true.
hold ourselves accountable.
That is true.
We'll have Jess watch it for us.
Young
Here.
Jess. We'll
Here.
call you Young Jess,
I got
like
you.
Young Jamie.
You want to do it?
It's been 10 minutes.
All right, there
Good.
you go.
We're good. So for you wrestled in college, Division I at Wyoming.
Yep.
Also wrestled a couple other places. What was the toughest thing for you transferring over to MMA?
Honestly, starting over, I think that was the toughest part. It had nothing to do with like my abilities, but it had to do that I was low guy on the totem pole again.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
it's
was-
weird because you do that once you come out of middle school.
Yep.
You're the low guy in total in high school. As soon as you could be a badass in high school, and then you go to college, you're the low guy
Yup,
again.
drop back down.
And then when most wrestlers, when they're D1 or that high level, they're the men. They're the
Oh,
man.
yeah.
They go into any wrestling room, they're usually the man. But then you come into the MMA room and it's like, what the fuck?
Dude.
Now I'm the bitch again?
Oh, it was terrible. And I got, like, you guys know, my first day was like a Wednesday. I'd only ever like drunkenly thrown a punch. I got fucked up by everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
took turns on me.
I remember looking over you. I'm like, who the fuck's this pretty boy? And someone kicked you right in your head and then started punching you. I'm like, oh my God, I got to go help him. So I went over to Mikey. I'm like, okay, so you put your hands up like this. This hand's by your chin. If they kick you in the head, and I taught him how to block kicks because I felt bad. Oh. But you stuck around.
I started double-legging people on stand-up day.
Yeah. So how far were you in when you broke your face?
Oh, I'd only been fighting for like 3 months.
Oh my God.
Were you there that day, Sean?
Yeah.
It sounded like someone hitting a baseball with a baseball bat. Like it sounded something shattering. And I look over and Mikey's crawling to the fence.
Going, fuck.
Took a shower. You were just like sitting in there shaking, taking the shower. And then what was the injury?
Well, so then I was all concussed, right? Like I was like crying and had no idea why I was crying. I thought I went out, but I guess I didn't. I just don't remember it. And Crouch came up to me and he's like, hey, you need to go to the hospital. And I didn't know Crouch that well at this point. And I thought that he said that I need to go to the hospital for a concussion. So I thought he was saying that I was being a pussy. And so I looked at him and go, well, you think I'm being some sort of pussy or something? All concussed and fucked up. And he's like, no, your eye is starting to dangle. Let's take you to the hospital. So we went to the hospital and I shattered my orbital. There's a bone that goes from like the base of your eye down to your jaw. I broke that in 2 places. And then there's a bone that connects from your eye to your ear, and I broke that. So I've got like something stupid like 16 screws and 4 plates in my face now.
Yeah. So did it go through your mind? How many people told you, well, you can't fight anymore. You're done fighting. Did it go through your mind?
Oh, yeah. My mom, I remember like we were in the hospital. I just woke up from surgery, and my mom was in there, and she was all talking to me. And she's always been super supportive of me. And Crouch came in, and Crouch was like, hey, like that's just like kind of a freak accident. Like it never happens. You know, we're really excited to get you back. I think you got a bright future. And my mom looked at me, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm super stoked to get back. And my mom looked at me like I killed somebody. She's like, you're going to go back to that shit? This isn't enough? Yeah. And I was like, well, if this is really, realistically, this is one of the worst things that can ever happen to you fighting. Yep. And I'm fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So ever since then, I was hooked.
So, like, coming out of college, there's fucking... Every year, there's thousands of guys graduating from D1 wrestling. How come you don't think more transfer to MMA?
You know,
burnt out.
Yeah, so I do. I think they're just done competing. Because when I finished my college career, I took a solid 6 months off and didn't do anything. Like I barely went to class. Like I just partied. Like I was so stoked that I was done with fucking wrestling. It's just such a miserable thing. Like, and you've been doing it. If you made it to the Division I level, you've been doing it since you were a little kid. Yeah. And grinding every single day, and it's just the same thing. Like, you can only learn so much different things and mix up practice so many different ways. It's just drill, wrestle live, go home, cut weight.
Yep. And I can see how guys get burnt out. Like that's the thing. Like when I have a kid, like what age do you start them? I'm thinking middle school for wrestling wise.
I think that's a hard thing to say because you can't. Like, what if your kid comes up to you and he's like 5th or like 3rd grade and he's like, my best friend Billy does wrestling, I want to start wrestling, and then he wrestles and he loves it.
Yeah, that's true for sure. That's gonna be
fuck wrestling. No,
so you're 5-2 now as a pro.
6-2, thank you.
6-2 as a pro at 145 pounds. Yeah, and you just got your first win back, but before that you were on a 2-fight skid.
Yeah, I hadn't won in like a year and a half.
Oh, so what's your mindset like that? Preparing for that. Your next fight after you're on a 2-fight skid already.
Terrible. Like it started out fine. I was like, I just got to treat this like another fight. Like the last 2 fights weren't me. They don't matter. But then, and I had a really good mindset at the beginning. And then as camp kind of went on, you just start doubting yourself. And thank God I've got pretty positive self-talk with myself. But there was thoughts that would run through my head like, well, if you lose this fight, that's 3 in a row. You're never making it to the big show. Yep. Might as well retire. And so then I started thinking, like, what kind of fucking job am I going to get? Like, this sounds terrible. I don't want to go into the workforce. And so it goes on from there. But luckily, when the fight got close enough, I was like, you know what? None of that stuff matters. Go in, do your best, perform. Good thing will happen.
Yep. Especially when you're coming off 2 losses like that. Is it time?
It's time.
Okay, let's go.
So we decided 5?
A joint?
That's worse than a fucking bong.
Smoking a jointy?
A joint's worse than a bong, my dude.
Well, if you smoke, yeah. So we're just gonna puff on it for a while.
Yeah, we'll just go a couple each.
Pussy shot.
Celebration for your win.
Celebration, that's the way you gotta look at it.
And I don't like doing unhealthy shit like alcohol, but you can.
This is super healthy.
Just joking. You're more durable than Sugar and I.
Dude, I've been out for years. Back-to-back surgeries.
I think that's why I don't go down with body shots. Put my liver through too much.
God, seriously, it's just dead inside.
It's calloused.
It's calloused.
It's calloused. It's in good shape.
Yeah, no shit. But
That's funny.
okay. What about
I remember my first, one of your first days there. I was your wrestling partner, and I felt like I didn't know.
I knew as much about striking as you knew about wrestling.
Dude, I didn't know what.
Were you guys buzzed right off the bat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Maybe.
Usually when like high level wrestlers come in, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna beat on this kid because I know he thinks he's the man where he comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were always pretty humble and cool, and we always got along well.
Yeah,
just like our stiff.
I don't know. Maybe it was good that I just got my ass beat right off the bat, so that I didn't think that I was something that I wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like maybe some wrestlers start out someplace where they probably are the boss of the gym just right away because they go to some shitty gym. I started at fucking the lab, so I was already around really good guys. So it was hard to think I was the man.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't even surprising for someone like you, Sean. Like you came and you got your ass whooped by everyone, but you still kept that confidence and that cockiness and that swagger in your mind.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Because a lot of people, they get ass whooped like that. They start defining themselves and be like, God, I'm just a bitch. I'm not very tough. And especially after 2 losses, like that's why it was important. Like, and you've competed at such a high level that it's easy for you to just stay in the moment, not worry about what happened in the past and all that shit that's pointless to focus on.
Yeah.
You were able to stay in the moment, like, and you got that win.
Even my mom said it, like, I got that win, and normally, like, after I win, like, and I knew I won, even though I'd went the whole distance, even though I'd went to decision, I'd won every round, and normally I get up, and I'm jacked up, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I just won, you know, you feel all these crazy emotions. Literally, after this fight got done, I was, like, relieved. I was like, oh, God, thank God I won, I can't do that to myself again.
That's the thing, it's relief. Because you don't understand when leading up to this fight, especially for Mikey, you're coming off a loss. Sometimes you're like, okay, my whole future relies on this 15 minutes and what happens in this 15 minutes. So like you're stressed out. It's hard to plan after that because it's hard to plan any time after that because you gotta like you get half the money.
And most fighters are poor, so it's like you've already spent that money in your head.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Even if I'm making $2,000, that $2,000 is gone. And then when I get my one check and I just lost and it's half of that, you just, fuck, I'm still poor.
Yeah, and for those out who don't know how like pay works in MMA, usually when you start off as a pro, you'll make 600 flat, sometimes 500. You'll get maybe some gas money. And then the more you win, say you're 3-0, then you'll maybe move up to 750, 5-0, 1,000, and then you start moving up. And the more you win, the more your pay goes up.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I got $5,000 for this last fight, but that is by far the most I've ever got. Like, my last 2 fights, I was only getting $1,000 and $1,000, and I lost both of those. So, in 2 years, I made about a total of $2,000 from fighting.
Yeah, so that's the thing. As soon as you fucking get that fight and get your hand raised, it's relief. That's the best word for it. Like, oh, now I can just fucking relax a little bit.
Oh, shit. I don't know. It was tough, man. There was definitely multiple times when I was just like, I don't think I'm made for this. I don't think I'm a fighter anymore. Like, I was having, like, a lot of head issues, you know, a lot of health problems going on. I was like, I beat my body up hard for 20 years of wrestling. Mm-hmm. And so, oh, shit, we're up. All right, a deal's a deal.
I'm already having trouble. I'm good.
You're having trouble. I'm about to be peeing the bed later.
He's not kidding.
I hope that doesn't happen again.
I love it. One of my favorite stories you told me is when you guys, and Crouch was with you, when you guys went to, where was it, Utah? Mm-hmm. This motherfucker went to Utah, fought, Crouch stayed in your room?
Yeah, it was me, Emily, and Crouch. Yeah, so I go and I fight in Utah in the main event, and, what's it called? So I fight, and in Utah, the bars close at like 12. I fought at 11:30. By the time I like took my pictures, said hey to everybody, got in the shower, the bars were already closed. So luckily I had a bunch of like old teammates and friends from Wyoming who came in town, and they brought like a bunch of just hard alcohol. And so we go in this room. Did you take one?
No, I swear to
Yeah,
God.
he did. I'm just laughing.
So-
This story just cracks me
So
up.
we go and we're drinking in this hotel room, and it's just stupid. Like, we're just drinking to drink. Like, my buddy's just handing the bottle. He would take it. I would give it back to him. I would take it. Back and forth. I get pissed drunk. I'm wearing my belt around that I just won. Get back to the hotel room at like, I don't know, probably like 3 a.m. Crouch is leaving for his flight at like 4. And so I'm sitting there, and I apparently pass out, wake up about 15 minutes later. My clothes have all come off. I go into the corner of the hotel room, and I start peeing on our bags. And Emily sees me, and so she wakes up and she starts like slapping me in the ass. Like, God damn it, Mike. Well, her beating my ass, fucking trying to get me to stop. Crouch wakes up. Crouch just looks at Emily, goes to the bathroom, grabs a towel, tosses it to Emily, grabs his shit, leaves. I wake up the next morning like nothing had happened. I didn't know any of this had gone on.
Awesome.
And Crouch and Emily like looks at me and she's like, "You need to send a message to Crouch. He's very upset with you. You peed in the hotel room." I was like, "Ah, shit." So I was kind of dreading texting him. And
That's funny.
he sends me a text and he's like, "Hey, just let me know if you need me to bring like Pampers to your next fucking
That's awesome.
Oh,
Dude,
God.
isn't it funny? Like, some of the best stories, when you win a belt as an amateur, you're not getting any money, but those are probably some of your best memories.
Dude, I didn't
What
take
about
my-
you, Sean?
Fuck.
Having those belts, I'm like, I'm the fucking man, baby. And I wasn't
Oh,
even getting
yeah.
paid. There wasn't a lot of stress on each fight because it didn't matter as much as it matters for us now.
Yeah.
Because there's serious money on the line and it's our living. But as an amateur, you're just doing it for fucking fun and chicks, baby.
That is true. That's accurate.
That's fucking funny.
Dude, I didn't take my amateur belt off for like 3 days.
Oh,
And I was 2-1 as an amateur.
I
when
love
got
taking.
that
I
belt.
loved taking pics.
me
with them.
too, dude. And when I
Snaps and
won
stuff.
the one in each promotion, Fusion and Fight Force, having the
Double
champ,
champ.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm the man.
Dude, that
wants
is-
The
it,
first
dude?
time I've ever had confidence for real. Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
That's
That's
funny.
funny. Sean, you been playing much Call of Duty?
Have I?
Is it
Doing
Are you
much
playing
of
it more than
anything
Fortnite?
God, see, all my buddies are just so into Call of Duty right now, and that's all I've been playing because that's all they want to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Fortnite more. I like the building. I don't know.
Is it because you're
I don't
better
know.
at Fortnite?
I'm good at Call of Duty.
But
I'm
What are you
decent.
better at? Because
See, I definitely have a false confidence of how good I am at those games. So I think I'm probably way better than
But
I am.
I've played with you, and you
I'm-
win the lobby
I'm-
like constantly.
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
I got some Purple Drank. He's gonna be pumped. Bubba.
What up, Purple?
Always rolling up doinks. I love playing with my squad, dude. It's so fun.
Always
rolling up
But
doinks.
yeah, my buddies are actually all pretty good too. It's super. Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty.
So when's Fortnite gonna fizzle away?
That's a good. I don't think it really is right now. I think all the the top Fortnite dudes are still playing Fortnite because they're making so much money. I think I get more viewers when I'm playing Fortnite than I have in Call of Duty. But when I play UFC and I play as myself, my viewers get up there a little bit.
Are you good at UFC?
No, I fucking suck. But I got knocked out by me and Uriah Faber went to a close decision though.
Really?
I beat Bruce Lee's ass, and then who beat me? I think Dillashaw knocked me out, little bastard. But
Damn it.
Quick little fucker.
yeah,
But fuck it, sweet.
yeah. But Graham, remember Graham?
Yeah.
Fucking Graham. That story was so funny.
Yeah, our one buddy said like
He's a kid I
some
play
guy,
Xbox
some
with.
kid was talking shit to him and his girl, and they got in a fight, and the kid knocked him out, and Graham got up. He's like, "Sweet, you knocked me out."
That was
No,
Sweet.
sweet, dude. Who cares?
Graham
hell
was
yeah.
I started playing with Graham, and he was in Kansas or something, and he texted me and said he was moving to Vegas, and I said come over one night. So never met him, just met him on Xbox. His family's driving through to go to Vegas, and they stayed the night in a hotel, and Graham came over. We smoked and played Xbox all night, and it's funny. I just met him on Xbox.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Good times.
Fucking being high and being around little kids, Sean. Have you ever done that?
Oh god,
That sounds terrible. I'd freak
dude,
out.
I think it's one of the coolest things ever. Danny's roommate has a baby, and I've been staying at Danny's some nights, and we'd get high and go out there, and I literally would sit down and play with all of his toys and him, and just like legitimately enjoy it. like I was his age playing with them, and it's so funny,
dude,
watching them because everything they're doing, they're learning. It's like you ask him a question, you could see him like look into his brain to try to figure out, like, what's this? He's like, hat. Like and they get so excited when they know, and it's so cool.
I just feel like they know. Like, and I've been stoned around a little kid before, and I made eye contact with him. I'm like, he knows my secrets.
Just paranoid. But I swear, weed literally just brings you right into the fucking present moment.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
It does fast. Mushrooms do that kind of shit too. Like they did fMRIs, that's like MRIs of the brain of like Buddhist monks who meditate all day. And then they did the same thing to someone that was on mushrooms, and the brain scans were similar. So it's crazy that mushrooms and that meditation bring you to the present moment. But I swear weed does too. Yeah. And that's why you could just fucking hang around with kids all day. When I'm around little kids, it's like, I fucking love it. That's why I'm pumped to have my kid take a rip and just fucking play.
I've always enjoyed being around kids.
It's gotta have been 5 minutes.
Is it time, Jess?
Because my mom...
God, I'm fucking ripped.
My mom owned a daycare when we were growing up. And I would always go there with her and like kind of be around the kids and help.
Mm-hmm. She ran a daycare at your house?
No. She had her own place.
Oh.
It's called Kids Place.
You've always been good with kids.
I've always...
Just because you're like, your brain's like a kid's.
I'm like just as smart as one, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Pretty accurate.
We took the IQ test and
I got a 5.
It did say. But fuck it.
There's for sure kids out there smarter than me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's just crazy the kind of homework these kids have to do nowadays.
Do you even remember getting homework in elementary
school? I literally
school?
didn't do homework. I remember I did homework like one time, and that was like, no. I'm not lying. I did not do homework. I would not go home and do homework. I was like, there's no way.
I never got homework when I was like that young. Like I would go home. I'd be like the first one home. I'd make myself some ramen noodles. I'd get on my bike, and I'd go like hang out in the woods and build bike jumps and shit. Like these kids are miserable now.
It's crazy.
It is. And
it's
it
too
is
much.
Crazy.
Dude, 8 hours a day, right? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
8 hours a day, an hour each subject. So they're learning 8 different things for 1 hour a day.
Yep.
That's not, it's like, what are they really going to learn from that?
And let alone,
they're not enjoying it.
Let alone that, the fucking food they feed all those kids at the youngest age, the shittiest food. The cheapest, shittiest food.
Dude, I got lucky because I was super picky. Mm-hmm. And so every single day for lunch, I'd have 2 hard-boiled eggs, a banana, and chocolate milk. I had like an 8-pack when I was like fucking in 3rd grade.
Your dad wrestled too, so did he teach you how to cut weight and stuff?
Kind of. So my dad he's real against cutting weight, really, like as a wrestler. He cut a shit ton of weight when he was in college one year, and it made him quit wrestling. It made him have a super shitty season. Like he just hated everything about it. And then he bumped up like 2 weight classes the next year. It was the best wrestling season he ever had. So if anything my dad taught me about cutting weight was to not do it. But then when I would cut weight, he'd be like, well, all right, you haven't eaten in a while. Why don't you have like a Snickers bar? It'll give you like some energy, and then you go run on the treadmill with some plastics on. I'm like, you're right, Snickers bar will give me energy.
God,
good
dude.
shit.
It's so
I'm
funny
like,
we just believe an elder.
Whoever.
Yeah.
I used to eat like cheese fries and maybe a pop for lunch, and then go to wrestling after school and try to like cut some water weight.
You feel jazzed up though.
It's crazy. That's wild.
It is, dude.
Our bodies are so fucking tough that it put up with that.
Yeah,
Dude, your bodies they're crazy. Because I've been cutting weight since I was in like 4th grade.
yeah.
And you're still ugly.
Still ugly.
But a lot of that kind of stuff has to do with genes.
I think
like
so.
What your genes are. I truly believe it. Like I said, I got carny genes. Both my parents were on the carnival.
I thought you said tranny
jeans. He got that too.
Tranny jeans. No, that's you.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, it's like, how did your parents treat their bodies when they had you, or how did their parents treat their bodies when they were pregnant with you?
Dude,
How much does that have to do with it?
I think being pregnant and having it inside you,
and then
how
you're feeding
important
it.
those 9 months are, what you do with your body.
Rhonda Patrick says it's huge.
It's gotta be.
I think my mom
it's
did
literally
meth
you
while she was
developing.
pregnant.
Really?
She did what?
I got
That explain
2
your hair lip.
Right?
So
I got 2 kneecaps. My hips are uneven. I've had 4 surgeries from just
you walk like
stuff.
a goddamn drunk duck.
My hips are uneven. And I am
like,
drunk
what the
half the time.
goddamn hell?
He's still pretty fast though. I'm like, what the fuck?
Is fast.
Drunk
He
duck
fucking
can
waddles.
run.
Speedy little bastard. Running like this with my arms outside.
That
I
shit's
know.
funny.
That's funny. My friend Ty Vincent run fucked up like you, but he'd win a lot of the races.
Just off pure heart.
Yeah. Like,
That's funny.
do either your parents have social media?
My mom kind of uses Instagram.
Well, she has Snap. I know that for sure.
Yeah, your mom's
God,
hot as
sick.
shit.
On Snap, she's nuts. Just joke. Okay, but what else?
She's got Instagram, but she only gets on it like once a week, and I'll know she gets on it because like 8 of my posts get liked,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing on her time feed.
And your notification.
And then
What about you, Sean?
You guys didn't hear that little joke?
Okay.
That was fucking funny.
It's
Yeah,
all
I
right
think-
to you.
Huh? My dad has Facebook. Dad, I know you're probably watching this. You post. You watch the news and post about the news. It drives me crazy. I never check Facebook. When I do, my dad's always like up there.
Yeah.
Could you believe? I can't even make fun of it. Because I
It's
don't
funny
even
though.
know.
Like, man, it's weird because social media is relatively new in our parents' lives. Like four
Even
years,
longer? It's gotta be time.
4
Maybe
years,
5,
maybe
yeah.
5.
Mike's like, it's not time, but fuck it.
because we got to get to 5 by the time I hit 25.
True. You're good at math, bro. Let's hit the bomb.
Yeah, one more rip of this. We'll do bomb next time. But like our parents have probably had social media 4 or 5 years. How long have we had social media? Probably since I was a freshman in college. I was 19.
I got mine my sophomore year.
I got
So,
Facebook
like-
in 7th grade.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I remember when I was texting, I started texting chicks. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't have to confront them. I can just send these words.
Dude, I was so good on the
dude.
phone. I was so good at texting
Oh,
chicks, but when it came to talk,
I know.
See,
dude.
I was the
that's
opposite.
probably why you were opposite.
I was the opposite. I couldn't like if a girl texted me, there's no chance that she would have ever liked me. Like I didn't spell anything right. I wasn't funny over text.
Damn.
See, I was a gangster on the
he,
phone, dude.
see, over the phone, I was too. But no, when we go out,
He's in the public.
he could easily go up.
When
to
we
a
used
chick,
to go
any
out,
chick,
yeah.
talk. I would be like, "Hey, what's your number? Let me text you."
I'll be like, hey, what's up? What do you think of redheads? And they go, ew. And I said, peace.
What do you think of redhead?
What's your Snapchat?
Do you have a redhead fetish? I hope you do.
Do you like curly hair? No. Okay, bye.
But dude, so our parents are with that. But now kids are getting phones when they're in fucking 5th grade, and they have Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook by 6th grade.
And again, that's where all this anxiety and depression comes from. I bet.
That's why suicide rates are higher than they've ever fucking
yeah.
been. It's got to be
I
a
looked them up
huge
the other day.
reason.
Remember when I was reading you those stats? I don't remember the stats, but they're fucking insane.
Dude, kids are so mean to each other.
Man,
that.
like,
So mean to each
dude,
other.
especially kids that don't have someone to tell them, like, hey, don't worry about social media. Don't compare yourself to other people. Like, all those people's lives isn't as great as they portray them to be. Like, telling a little kid that. A little kid has no idea. He looks at it, and he's like, God, I'm a piece of shit. Look what all these people are doing. Or look at the...
6ix9ine's doing.
Yeah, or whatever. Like, look at the clothes they're wearing, and they just feel like shit their whole life. Like, fuck.
It is sad.
Dude, and could you imagine if you had Snapchat in junior high?
Oh, dude, the angles you can get on
Tits you would
Snap.
see.
Like
Dude,
I have a
but
saggy
everybody-
fat body,
In high
but
school.
I swear on Snap I can make myself look like a bronze goddess, dude.
Add an extra 4
Could you imagine how many girls at school would have your penis on their phone?
No shit.
You'd
Oh.
just be sending out. You'd be all horned up, the hormones running through you. Like, oh, she definitely wants this.
And like 90%. There's some that do, but 90% don't. And we're just like, you
Oh,
resend it.
yeah.
And they're like, her.
Yeah.
And they're like, how many did you send this to? I'm like, just you.
You're nuts.
You don't act
What's
like you
the
don't know.
dumbest thing you've done drunk? The number one.
Mike's has made out with a dude, definitely.
Well, I think
No
probably
tongue.
fucked a dude.
No tongue. No tongue.
No, dude, I fucking ended up in Mexico one time.
I believe it.
I got all drunk. I won't use names. I got all drunk at the bar. One of my teammates had just won a big fight, and he comes into my house and he's like, "Hey, get your clothes on. We're going to Mill." I was like, "Oh fuck, all right." And so I get dressed. We go. He knows all the bouncers and bartenders, so we're drinking for free all night. End up at like a Jack in the Box at like 2 a.m, and we're just sitting there eating tacos, being all shit faced. And he's like, "Hey man, do you have any sponsors right now that are paying you?" And I was like, "No, I'm 1-0 amateur." Like that's it. And he's like, "No, dude, you're way too good. Like you need to be getting money. Let me make some phone calls." So my drunk ass thinks that he's actually calling somebody at 2 a.m. to get me a sponsorship. And so I'm like sitting there eating my fries and I'm like, fuck yeah, about to get paid. And he comes back in, he's like, "Hey, got you a sponsor. It's in Mexico though, and he just wants to meet you." And I was like, "All right, cool. Like, when's the next time you're going to Mexico?" He's like, "I was gonna go in the morning." I'm like, it's the morning right now. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Let's go. So we start driving. I'm not driving. And I'm like,
not either, of course.
and I'm thinking, I'm like, hey, I should maybe call somebody and tell them that I am going to Mexico. So I call my buddy and I'm like, hey, bud, I'm going to Mexico. And he's like, what? I've always wanted to go to Mexico. Like, when are you going? And I'm like, I'm on my way right now. And he's like, send me your location. So I send it. And he's like, oh, dude, I'm hooking up with a Tinder chick right now. I'm right by you. And he's like, let me call you, meet up with you in 10. So he meets up with us. Then he drives because he's sober. So we start going to Mexico. I pass out on the way. Wake up, completely had forgotten that I'd said that I wanted to go to Mexico. And I wake up as we're going through the border. Keep in mind, I don't have a passport. All I have is my ID on me, and I look like a fucking little frat boy going into Mexico. So we end up in border town. I swear to God, some meth house. And I'm like sitting there, and it's like, I don't speak a lick of Spanish, and it's me and my buddy, and we notice we're not here for a sponsorship. We're at a cardboard box pretty much for a house
with a bunch of tweak out sessions.
Yeah, with tweakers all over the place. And I like finally look at my buddy, I'm like, hey, we got to get the fuck out of here. And so like I get on my phone. And
you're wearing the same outfit.
Pretty much, dude, pretty much. I'm wearing jeans and a plaid shirt, I remember.
Hey, it's 5.
Oh, shit.
Here, grab that joint.
I'll continue. No, he said he wanted bongs now.
Okay.
I'm getting stupid. Dude, I cannot believe you're drinking that. Oh, my God. No weed in there, Jobs. We have that jar.
Dude, I just took a white wall.
No, in there.
Okay.
Keep going.
So, back to it, yeah. So I look at my buddy, I'm like, dude, we got to get the fuck out of here. So I look up on my phone, and I see we're only like 2 miles away from the border. Border towns in Mexico are not where you go on vacation. Let me tell you this. I was not in a good place. And so we start walking, and we see a bunch of cops, and they're obviously going to try to arrest us to try to get our money. Like, we see them on, like, their radios and stuff. So me and my buddy run away, hide in, like, a public restroom, come back to the house where we were at, pay this dude.
We ended up fucking. But.
Anyway, besides that.
Paid this dude $20 to drive us to the border. So we get to the border safe, get out of the car, and we go through. My buddy Zach gives him, like, his passport. He goes through. Then I go through. I give him my ID. And they're like, passport, please? I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have one. And here's my ID. I'm American. Gets on our little phone, starts calling people. Search it, like 2 dudes, like dressed up like army men, come out and they're like, you need to come with us. I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm still pretty drunk from the night before. So go in, and I'm sitting in a room, and it looks like just a typical room. Got like a metal table, 1 chair over here, 2 over there, dark gray walls. I'm chilling there. 2 guys walk in with a laptop, and he's asking me every question. Where was your mom born? What's her maiden name? When did you move from Wyoming to Arizona? Like, going down and down about my life. And finally, I don't think that this guy thinks that I'm actually a citizen. And so I still had my roster photo on, like, the GC wrestling website. And so I'm like, can I see your computer real quick? And he's like, no. And I was like, I need to prove that I'm, like, a U.S. citizen. And for whatever reason, that's what clicked. So I type in, like, the GC Lopes website, go to my roster photo, and it's me with, like, a pedophile stash. Just looking cheesy. And the guy looks at me, he's like, get the fuck out of here.
That's funny. That's fucking funny.
So yeah, I didn't end up getting home until like 9 o'clock the next night. So I was out for like 24 hours.
I already took one. No, you didn't. You did that one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You did, actually. I remember.
That,
But it's about
That's fucking funny ass.
No.
Yeah,
Now we do every 10.
Okay.
Right?
Of course. He's getting a little head buzz and starting to panic.
Double shot.
I don't know. I don't remember really my crazy drunk stories. Be surprised, probably the fucking fat whales I fucked when I was drunk and regretted.
And so,
but I don't know. I swear, every drink you get, hotter chicks get, and that's not a lie.
I've only been drunk probably 10 times ish, and I don't remember if I've done.
Half of them have been with me.
That is true, but I don't really remember if I've done anything stupid. I definitely woke up in my bathtub. You tried peeing on me one time.
You freaking left us, remember?
Oh, no. Oh, that is true. New Year's Eve.
Yeah, you did.
We were in Tempe, and I had never been there.
You FaceTimed me, and you were running down the road.
That is true. I was very drunk, and I had no idea where I was at.
That was your first time being
drunk. And I had a flip phone.
Yeah.
And I asked these two ladies if I could type, because I remember my phone died right after you told me that address, and I memorized the address.
Thank God for that.
If I didn't, I would have been fucked. It was like, I don't remember how far it was, but I was fucking, I was on some shit. I was running.
Dude, back in your flip phone days.
I remember I didn't have a phone for like 3 months, and then I had a flip phone for a long time.
Yeah.
Good times.
That was when you could message everybody on Facebook.
That is true.
That's the funny thing. Like, that's the funny thing people don't realize. They think, like, oh, everything's so good and happy now that you have, like, money and all these things. But some of our best times, even still, is just when we're broke. Like, broke.
Dude, I swear the only thing about having money is just, like, food. Being able to go to Sprouts and get whatever the fuck you want. That's the nicest thing.
That's what I've always said. As long as I have enough money to buy whatever food I want, I'm good.
Even when we were broke at the Oak Ridge day or the Union Hills days, we'd still go into Sprouts, just not get as much, and it was still fun as fuck.
You guys still ate really healthy, because remember I showed up with pork grinds and like an 18 pack of like cheap ass Walmart eggs.
And your dip.
Yeah, and my dip. And you guys are like, Jesus Christ.
I'm like, this fuck.
But then you started cleaning it up this last fight.
I did.
You really did. And you felt the benefits.
Dude, I felt good this last fight. I felt cock strong. I was eating so much.
Was your cock strong?
Oh, yeah. I was eating so much red meat and like healthy fats, and it's the best I've ever felt. I don't know what my blood type is, but I've got to be the one that feels good off of a shit ton of meat.
Dude, see, I haven't been eating meat in the last, 10 days or something. Like, here and there a little bit. But I don't know. I haven't been training either, though.
And
so I don't know
if people are different. Everyone's not the same. Like, you have a different body type.
When I eat
huge.
That's not true.
You guys didn't do yours when I took my shot. I took it at 5 minutes.
That's true.
Don't be looking at me like that.
But I haven't been eating meat at night, and my stomach kind of hurts in the morning when I eat meat at night. Maybe
it could be the carbs you're eating too, though.
Totally could be the carbs. I need to do more ideas and figure it out.
Dude, if you just eat meat at night, well, for me, like I said, it's different for everyone, but your body digests that easy. It knows exactly what to do with that. But if you eat meat with crackers or healthy chips,
this lady in the UK was telling me that their professional athletes are highly recommended to only eat meat like 3 times a week max.
I believe that.
For recovery of the muscles.
I believe
so
that.
It's so weird.
But I think it just depends on how you metabolize it.
Yeah, we're not smart enough to know the sciences of it.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Andy Galpin, he told us, he said, like, if you eat red meat 3 times a week.
I just went like this. Oh, that's funny.
He said, if you eat meat 3 times a week as an athlete, it will benefit you huge. But quality meat, not the cheapest shit meat you can find. Quality meat.
Taco Bell.
Like meat from cows that are eating grass, what they're supposed to eat, not cows that are eating like all this corn-fed shit and just being fat, depressed pieces of shit.
Dude, we were balling out this last fight camp. Emily would go to the store. We'd come back and she'd have like thick fillets. It's seared in the cast iron with some rosemary, some butter.
Dude, and you could see it in your face. You could see it when you got hit. Like, you could see it in your whole body. Like, everything was better. And I know you don't say it, but it's because you were eating good.
Well, and how much more jacked was I?
You were shredded.
The tits were looking good.
They were looking good. We were jacked.
So what's the highest you've ever been, Sean? Was that Union Hills Estates?
Dude, I remember the first time you and Frank got me to take a rip. I don't think it was a bong rip. It was like the second time I've ever smoked. Oh, yeah. So it was the first time I've ever, because I remember I smoked and I didn't
did the
anything.
vaporizer, it didn't really get
but
much.
But then I was like, okay, and you're like, just take a bong rip. And I remember this is like vivid memory. Uh-huh. You and Frank were in the living room. I was laying out. Were we watching something or playing Madden or something? Mm-hmm. We were playing Madden, and I think, maybe not, but I was laying on the Xbox controller, and I was awake, but I couldn't move anything. I couldn't talk or anything. I was, like, awake, and you and Frank are like, you guys are high shit here. Sugar, get up. You're driving. And I remember laying there panicking in my mind, like, there's no way I can drive. I hope they don't make me drive. And I couldn't move, though. Yeah. Like, Sugar, you up? And you guys do that every once in a while. But then you'd talk, ran it around, and you're you ready?
And I asked Frank, I'm like, Frank, should we be worried that little faggot's not moving? He's
all pale. Move.
And he's sitting here like this.
I couldn't. No, I wasn't moving. I was laying on the Xbox controller, and it was like hurting, but I couldn't move.
And Frank's like, he's good. I'm like, I hope he's good, because I'm like paranoid and high too.
He's like, Sugar, you good?
But what if he's not?
And then we started laughing. We're like, hey, let's go get some snacks. You're driving.
Yeah,
brother.
that's what you guys did. Let's go do some snacks. Because I wanted snacks too, but I just hope I didn't have to drive.
God, mine was like, Frank and I just got done with a wrestling practice. We didn't eat anything. He's like, hey, have this cookie. So I ate this cookie.
Oh, God.
It wasn't from a dispensary.
Oh,
like,
God.
We get home to the apartment, and I'm like, I had some shitty food, like Skittles or jelly beans or something. And I was eating them, and then I felt myself rubbing them on my face and neck. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I didn't eat anything or drink anything.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, my God. Then Mariah got there, and I'm like on my bed, like with my glasses off, doing the lines on the sheets, and Mariah's like, Frank, what's wrong with him? Is he okay? And Frank's in the shower just as high, like, he's fine. And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm done fighting. I can't fight anymore. I'm stuck like this. And I like just freaking out. And Mariah's like, we have to go to Bridger's birthday. So I think I started sobering up a little. And then we got to his birthday, and I think everyone knows that I'm fucked up. So I go in the bathroom and just sit in the stall for a while. I'm like,
You just hid?
Oh, God, dude.
I
Edibles
just hid
will
for a while.
ruin your life.
Are we doing every 10 or are we doing every 5 still?
I'd switch to 10.
I'd go 10.
All right. I'll put this down and wait until it hits 40 then.
But take one right now and then
You
just...
girl.
You put...
No. If I do it, you guys
No
do it. That was the deal.
chair.
I try hard not to. It's a nice chair, though.
So why don't
It
you
is.
like marijuana, Mike?
Oh, dude, I wish I liked it.
I remember...
I love all the fucking benefits it gives you, but I can't get out of my own head. I get high, and I'm just like...
And it's every weed, every strain.
Dude, I've smoked weed probably 50 times, and every single time I've been like...
We had a good
Why
time.
are you such
We-
a little girl?
We
We had a
did.
good time.
We did when after I got done freaking out though. But I went for assault. Remember, we had to go
We
walk.
did have to go on a walk.
I
Mike's
had
like,
to
dude,
get
can we please go on a walk? And I was like, sure, sounds fun.
So we're walking around my apartment.
We get
complex.
back to his place. Was it before or after you showered? I don't know. But you're like, dude, I got to shower. Will you just fucking sit in the bathroom with me? I'm like, sure. So I'm just sitting in the bathroom.
Making him have
Mike's in the shower.
conversation with me.
Like he's like making me talk with him. Then we get out, eat like a loaf of bread and like a carton of eggs.
Seriously, we ate 18 eggs.
Dude, we did one.
See, and wasn't it a good time?
It
It
was
was-
one type, but I still
He was
throughout that
freaking
I had
out.
like every 5 minutes I would have to have like self talk. Like it would like hit me and it'd be like,
Baby, I wonder.
Oh,
if,
God.
I wonder if
Yeah.
you just smoked a tiny bit,
Yeah.
and just let it sit for a while. Every time you smoked, if you smoked too much.
oh, probably.
Because, dude, what if you just had a little hit,
I
or
think I'm
even just
super
a
sensitive
5
to it,
milligram
too.
edible? A 5 milligram, you'd be sitting there chilling.
See, I'd
true.
probably be good with a 5 milligram, but I
I'll
took a
get you
10
one.
milligram edible one time.
10's a lot.
And
sometimes, if you just-
I had to go talk to my mom, and so Emily's driving. We get to like Chipotle, and I feel like I lost 10 years of my life, like my education. Like Emily's like, "What do you want to eat?" And I'm like, "Quesadilla." And she's like, "Okay, what do you want on it?"
Onions.
Cheese. And I went quesadilla, and then we went to my mom's, and I walk in, and my mom's like, "You look really tired," and I was like, "I gotta be honest with you, Mom. I took an edible thinking that it would help my hip pain, and I am higher than a kite right now." And she's like, my mom like doesn't really know how to act. She's like, "Well, do you need some water?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, I need some water."
I always can tell when you're fucked up because you talk more towards the side of your mouth.
Little corner talker.
You do the corner talk when he's drunk.
Trying that.
But he talks straightforward when he's not. When he starts getting a little bit,
Everything gets a little twisted.
the mouth starts doing some
Oh
freaky
no,
shit.
this is gonna be more signs for Emily to tell that I'm all fucked up. She comes home from work. She's like, "I got off early." It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking out the corner of my mouth, and she's like, "You're wasted." It's a
How's it
breakfast
going,
drink.
baby?
I'm a protein shake.
All right, boys. What do you think? Should we do some fan questions?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Fan questions are always
I'm down, but before we do that, we gotta go because it's gonna hit 40 by the time we loaded her up.
Okay,
All right.
let's do it.
I'm getting tired. Shit. Here.
God, who's the best dressed?
Doesn't matter who's the best yet. Who looks the best?
I fucking look. I look.
I don't know. Me
like,
and Shiggy are rocking jorts. The fans are into it. I know they are.
dude,
got a
my hair is
fucking-
gold.
Dude, my
Your
beard
guys'
is
hair
long
is-
as shit.
Look, I got a mullet.
That is true.
That is cool.
That is.
That thing is sweet.
That is.
Yeah, but you don't have bronze, shiny hair. We're rare, boys.
You're a diamond in the rough.
But I would rather have your mullet than my red hair.
And you're a dying breed.
I
Gingers
know.
are going extinct.
Thank God. I'm kidding.
The world
hot
needs
redhead
more
chicks.
fire crotches.
They do. I've
Yeah, right.
never
The
met
carpet
a,
Some of my best friends are fucking fire crotches.
That's like the one thing I hate about you. No,
You have more than one redhead friend.
no. Yeah, whatever, Mike.
Don't talk to me like that.
Mike.
Watch your dick
Okay,
sucker.
let's do some fan questions. This is from Aaron Vince.
Read them in a different language.
Okotori Samatari.
He fucking does.
If a dom a boom.
Let's spit one out. Let's go.
Okay, GSP versus Habib. Aaron Vince.
Connor.
Sugar first.
No, sugar. GSB. I don't. That's a. I've never even thought about that really. You know, like just kind of sitting here thinking about it. That's nuts. I wonder how.
God, that'd be a sweet
that
fight.
Would go.
Mm-hmm.
If I were making a prediction, would say definitely goes to a decision.
I say
And it's probably
GSP
boring.
dots him up. I say GSP dots him up, jabs
'Cause he
him,
can't take him down.
shuts his shot
I
down.
don't think
and
Habib
touches
would take
up.
him down.
Because
Yeah.
GSP's bigger. He's
So it'd
more
be at
more
athletic.
athletic.
55.
He can
I don't
box.
think GSP could even get to 55.
He said he did a test cut.
and didn't like it, right?
Oh, I don't know.
See,
but-
at 55, boys, way different. I think Habib
This was at
might-
70.
yeah,
might
Habib might
overrun
get
him.
him. Yeah, if it's at 70, you
I
gotta
wonder
go
if
GSP.
it would be a big build up and like, oh, who won? But I wonder how entertaining that fight would be.
Sweet.
You think so?
The wrestling exchanges would be awesome.
Or
if
would
you like
or
grappling,
two wrestlers not shut each other down?
and then GSP dots him up with his jab.
Yeah,
It's like
you
he
never
did
know.
Josh Koscheck. I'm saying Habib at 55, GSP at 70. Okay. Frankie _48 says, "What's your favorite movie?"
Oh, Wedding Crashers. Easy.
My
Best-
favorite, I don't
best
know about
one liner.
Wedding
is
Crashers.
good.
I
Wedding
don't know
Crashers
about
is good.
movies, but my favorite series ever was probably Prison Break. I don't know why I was so into
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
I would
God.
wake up before I had to go to work
Fucking jack off
and watch an
Prison Break.
episode. I was just so fascinated
Oh,
with
Michael
and I always-
Schofield, that genius.
I was just
Yeah.
fascinated with how big Prison Breaks.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I've
that
watched
was
a lot
cool.
of documentaries and stuff on them.
God, it just
It's one of my
depends what
goals.
mood I'm in, dude.
What's
Tell
your
me,
favorite?
any of you fuckers put on the movie Rudy and tell me you're not shedding tears cheering
I
after?
don't know if I've
Dude,
seen it, but
you
I
have no
heard,
heart.
I heard Rudy was a fake. I heard that. I
Bullshit.
don't
heard,
tell Tim.
I heard that people on the team didn't actually like him.
I believe that. He was trying to win the Super Bowl every fucking practice.
People are like, "Get this fucking short fat kid out of here."
So, I don't know. Wedding Crashers is good. Rudy's good. I don't know. It just depends my mood. Step Brothers is good. They're all fucking
Step
good.
Brothers is good.
It's fire.
There's a fuckload of good
Oh,
movies.
it's good.
No, it's fire.
Okay.
Will Ferrell's fire.
Another Zach Adrick 7. Who's the best submission artist in the game today? Submission artist
In fighting or in grappling, I wonder.
Charles Oliveira.
in fighting. That's what I
He
was
is
gonna
nasty.
say. Charles Oliveira wraps
Fucking you
everyone up, and
Dude.
he's got the same style jiu-jitsu Sean's gonna have.
Yep.
Skinny and wiry, and will just put.
But
you
and
in
he's
danger.
not. Yeah, he's not afraid to take risks. Like he'll get taken down 10
Yeah.
times going for a sub.
I love that.
He's
goes big.
so
So sweet.
dude. He's so offensive the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He gets on his back, and usually some wrestlers are able to block your hips, posture up, punch, and shut you down. But skinny people like you and Charles Oliveira, like have good flexibility. It's a pain in the ass to be on top of,
Dude,
isn't it, Mike?
Charles would be my nightmare. That last guy I fought was like him, all wiry.
That kid was
kept popping
yeah,
up.
he did. That kid was
Yeah.
good.
Ugh.
But even not popping up it's hard for you. People
Yeah.
are throwing up submissions back
And
and
you're
back and back.
sitting
and
there
back, back.
fighting the whole time.
Yep. Okay, this is another one from Frankie _48. Oh no, who's the best submission guy in the game? Charles Oliveira. What do
Yeah.
you say?
Probably.
So another one from Frankie
Way to be
_48.
creative.
Did you guys have jobs before fighting? How can you fight successfully with no job?
My first. Oh God.
Your amateur career, you had a job, right?
Yeah, I had a job. I worked at
Hot
a mentally
Topic?
disabled. No, it was Route 21. I worked at Route
Oh, yeah,
21
Route
4
21.
hours like a month.
He
so
got
my
1
mom
hour
could
a
get a
week.
discount.
He worked at Route
It was
21.
something like it was like 4 hours a week, but I would work 2 out of the 4. I don't know.
Some
I didn't
good
work
shifts.
very many.
Some
I got
solid
like
shifts.
$30
Some solid
paychecks,
shifts.
but I worked a full time job somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even.
Yeah, you worked with the disabled. You had that Route
That was
21
fun.
job. Me, I didn't. I
Yes,
was
you
living
did.
off
You
school
almost
student
ran
loans.
someone over working at a tire shop.
Fuck you. That was in high school. That wasn't my fight career.
I know, but tell the story. Because
Okay,
you're just an American, hard working.
Just when it comes to blue collar grit, no, fuck that. I would work at Tyrama and I'd try to hide in the stack of tires in the back till the time goes by. And then one time, there's a car on the lift. It's a foreign car. And this guy, the guy above me, he's a fucking dick. He hated me. I hated him. He hated me because I was a shitty worker. But he's like, Tim, pull the car off the lift. I jump in the car. It's up on the lift. The tire's done. And the shifter's like on the side. So I'm like, oh, sweet. Not a stick. Fire it up. It's a stick. It's in first gear and it bucks off the lift. Boom. Hits the tire machine. And that tire machine saves that guy I don't like's life. And he's like shaking like this. And I look down. Fuck. And they thought I was high. I wasn't because I was totally against weed in high school. So they sent me to get piss tested, and they didn't fire me. I was hoping the fuck they would, but they didn't.
Dude, I worked concrete in college. Me and like 3 other wrestlers at Wyoming would work concrete every single summer, and we'd wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, go have like a pour at 7, get off of work at like 2 or 3. End up like going to the bar right after, getting shit hammered, would go home, eat like a party pizza, and wake up the next morning at like 4 and do it again.
God, dude. Yeah, I worked a little bit of a construction type. Not really construction, I forgot what you call it, but I remember all the guys just like kind of treating me like shit and but like trying to boss me around, and I'm thinking in my head, I could fuck all you guys up.
Could you at the time?
Yes. I wrestled in high school and I still boxed. Yeah. But I was like, these guys are talking down to me and I can whoop their ass just because of their status in this stupid fucking job.
I worked at a tree trimming business, actually.
I bet you were a horse.
I was a hard worker.
Was that fun?
Yeah, he just picked up the branches.
Yeah, that's actually true. My dad, one of his buddies, I think he'd make $100 a day. But we'd work hard. We'd work all day.
Yeah, so through my amateur career, I was living off student loans pretty much. I'd fucking check the mark, the biggest thing on student loans.
Me too.
And then just like go that way. When I turned pro, I was lucky enough to have some good sponsors. One sponsor gave me like $300 or $350 a month, Nate Hoynes, and that helped pay my rent and that helped me.
God, that's
like,
sweet. Get
by big time. Nate Hoynes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, and if you're listening to this, I could use one of those.
Love you, Nate.
Yeah. But like for other people, I don't know. If you're from a small hometown, you can maybe find sponsors. But literally having a job on the side doesn't kill you. No. You have that solid income. You're not stressing about just taking fights just to get money. Like having a job on the side, Robert Falls would always tell me. He's like, as soon as you start fighting for money and taking fights for money, your career's not going to go in a good way.
Yeah. Well, because he's probably seen that happen so many times.
Yeah, guys are like, I'll take the fight. I'm not really prepared, but I need the money. And
but you're going to give me $1,000 and I get to bump up a weight class? Perfect.
Yeah.
No shit.
Not look at it like, I'm saving your ass.
I don't have to train for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Mike teaches a little bit at Knockout, teaches some wrestling at the lab. Mm-hmm. Right now, I teach jiu-jitsu at Gents Boxing, and Sugar's got some good sponsors that are paying him. So right now, like, we're getting by fine. But getting a little side job, if you have sponsors that'll pay you $100 a month, $200 a month, that's the way to do it.
Take anything. It's easy to post a picture.
Colin Huckbody, 185. Do you smoke before training? I don't. I like to be on caffeine, alert, really being able to remember stuff.
But before. Teach like when it's like the jiu-jitsu class at night.
Yeah.
Last month or so, since I've known I wasn't fighting, I've been smoking before jiu-jitsu, and that's fun.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes when I do before I teach, I go into deep detail about things.
Yeah.
Everyone's so before training, I don't really like it because I just don't. I don't know, but everyone is different. I know a lot of guys who train great high.
Yeah. I don't like training high
or drunk.
Yeah.
He's like, I fucking love getting drunk going in.
God, it's you start out hot, you fade.
That's cool.
Zark Pointo said, "What are some supplements or foods you think everyone should incorporate in their day?"
Pussy.
Literally, stay hydrated, sleep good, and then try to eat whole foods. And then you probably won't need supplements.
I think water is the most important. Like, I've noticed since I drink at least a gallon a day, I feel and I sleep better.
Yeah. Especially having 2 practices a day. Sometimes you're losing 5 to 6, 7 practices.
That's sober up right now.
5 to 6, 7 pounds a day. You're losing that in 2
up.
practices. So you got to drink more water than normal.
Mike ain't missing a beat.
If I'm doing it, I'm doing it. As you guys can see,
All right, Mike. We are at the 50-minute mark, which means it's freestyle time. You got to Mike just drops the most insane freestyle of all time.
Dude, well, this is going to be on YouTube. I could even get famous off it.
True.
Yeah, so that answers that. Derek M7, how do you get energy when you feel down and not in the mood? When we wake up, boys, and feel down and not in the mood, it's like, well, I either can sack up and either get to work or I'll go get a normal job.
That's what I think. I think,
go get a normal job.
I could have a normal job right now and really fucking hate my life.
Yep.
Or I could get in my fucking car that the AC is broke, so I roll down the windows, I throw on some Lil Wayne, and I get crunk as fuck and drive to the gym.
Exactly. Seriously.
Put my pit vipers on and cruise.
And say, fuck it.
Depends. Crazy. Are you in camp? Are you injured?
Yeah.
So much that depends.
Like if you're overtraining.
Are you tired because you're way overtrained and you need to sleep?
Or are you being a bitch?
Mental bitch? It just depends. There's so many. It's hard to say.
Yeah, that's exactly right. At Luke Whitney 23, what other athlete from a non-combat sport do you think could do best in MMA?
From a non-combat sport.
LeBron James. No, all those guys. It depends.
They're so huge.
I mean,
one shot. Yeah.
Rugby's not considered combat, is it?
I feel like it definitely is.
Those fuckers are tough.
Those fuckers.
Yeah,
hockey.
they are.
You get a hockey player in there who's just like
they're
so
talking about
dumb
a
and tough.
specific athlete, not a sport.
Yeah.
Like a specific person.
I don't know. I can't think of anyone.
that?
I guess I looked at it like a sport.
Literally any right here, Sean. Literally any linebacker in the NFL would probably be decent.
But then again,
Well, because they're gonna
you
fight
have
at
to be
heavyweight.
a special motherfucker to fight. Like,
You really
just
do.
'cause you're
Yeah,
in
but
a
heavyweight's so
sport.
different.
No, yeah, but knowing I could get knocked out, like, fuck that. There's no way.
Yeah.
It just depends.
And like someone thinks they're really tough. Put them on a treadmill for a sprint, get them off, and kick them in their body as hard as you can, and then we'll see how fucking tough you are.
That's your tryout to be on the team. Sitting there running sprints, get off, take a kick from Benson, boom, get back on.
You
there.
like this shit? If you don't, go home.
It's like fucking Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, I already did it.
364 days till next hockey season.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of an exact athlete, but there's a lot of guys that probably could be good.
I'm
pretty
saying
good
hockey.
at fighting.
That's a sport, bud.
Yep, hockey.
Okay. J17_. Looking back now, what is the most crucial decision you had to make to be where you're at now?
Definitely just moving to Phoenix, Bryce, the single biggest one.
That was your biggest one, huh?
Yeah.
Mine was either probably because I remember in wrestling, I'm like, I hate wrestling. I just want to go home after school and eat a sandwich, hit on chicks, get on MySpace. But no, I have to go into the wrestling room and work hard. I want to quit, but all my friends did it, so I didn't quit.
That's
I'm
sweet.
so glad I didn't because it kind of put me where I'm at now. Also, moving from my mom in Canada to my dad's.
I think
Montana.
signing with Wyoming, that first year at Wyoming changed my life. Like, it made me a man. I was such a pretty boy living down here. Like, I was like the best wrestler in the state, you know, like things were pretty easy. I went up to Wyoming, got my ass kicked, hung out with a bunch of tough cowboys who literally like are probably the reason I am now. I watched like some of our best wrestlers on the team drink like a gallon of whiskey, go get in a fight at night, wake up the next morning, kill everybody in the wrestling room, go to the tournament on Saturday, beat everybody's ass, come home and do it again. I'm like sitting there watching like,
I want to be like that guy.
I guess that's how I should be.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn, that's crazy.
but yeah, going there made a man of me. That is definitely the best thing
That
I
was
did.
some of the toughest spots you've been in, cardio-wise, tiring-wise, treating your body like shit-wise.
Everything wise. I broke so bad one time. I chucked my headgear at my coach, literally physically ran away from my coach out in the middle of like the athletic village at Wyoming. It's blizzarding outside. I'm in spandex wrestling shoes and a shirt, and I just grabbed my car keys. Like, yes.
Okay, is that recording for sure?
I don't know.
Just move the mouse.
Yeah, move the mouse a little bit.
It is. I was like,
I know, I was
just
thinking that too.
Did you just start thinking that at the same time?
Are you having a little high
That's
thoughts
right.
over there?
Oh yeah, I'm high shit. I was like, what if?
So Wyoming for you, moving down for you, all those things. Okay, at Travis Cox, Sugar, do you still communicate with Snoop?
Ooh.
I have not talked to Snoop since
That day.
that day.
Are you sad about that?
Not really.
I'm kind of sad for you.
Why?
Why? I mean, it was fun. I don't really ever think like, God, I wish I would still talk to Snoop. be so sweet. Like, he's cool and shit, but it's not.
He's just
a
normal dude.
About it. Yeah, he's just like.
You're more into Russ now, anyways.
I mean, it's just about being. I don't know, just living this is normal shit.
Yeah.
Tit, fuck, bitch, huh?
Yeah. Do you guys follow any sports besides MMA?
Oh, fucking football.
Okay, I love football, man. If I don't watch football on Sundays, I lose my shit. We are the Packers.
We are the Packers. Oh God.
But yeah, what he said.
Would you get upset if your team loses?
It depends how big the game is.
See, I feel like
It's not gonna ruin my day most of the time.
Oh God, man, they're gonna give me so much shit at work for this. But it's just like, okay, it brings people together and it gives people something to talk about. Because what else do people talk about? The weather. It's like, so how your Packers doing?
Just stresses, like
Yeah,
dude, it gives you something to do, and like it's like a big unity. Like down the street from our bar, there's a huge Packers bar. I shit you not, I walk in there. Shut up.
it's their people.
People from our bar.
Our bar, the Packers bar, dude. I'm a Packer, man.
His boys.
Oh,
he knows
okay.
them. He knows them.
I know
all.
him.
Packer.
Me and Rogers are homies. But yeah, we go there, and there are 300 fucking Packer fans, and they're losing their shit on like a first down. There's like a choo-choo train that goes across the roof.
Funny.
It's wild,
Yeah.
and that's fun.
I don't really. I fucking follow jiu-jitsu a little bit, and I don't really follow much else.
I don't follow
Sports-wise?
hardly, really. It's too much.
I like fighting.
Fighting's
I like
sweet,
fighting
but,
and
like,
jiu-jitsu.
I feel like when I say that, I mean like I don't know this card's coming up. I don't know everyone on the card. I don't watch every fight from the previous. That's what I mean is like being a fan.
Yeah. And
Watching
some of the
every
big
fight.
wrestling events too.
Dude, World Championships are on right now.
Yeah.
Burroughs got upset second round.
Who to who?
Some no. This Russian beat Camizo first round, then he beat Burroughs second round.
Damn.
Ooh.
And nobody knows who the fuck he is. David Taylor's in the finals though. That dude went from not making a world team like 6 years in a row, and now he upset the world champ first round, and he's in the finals now.
Damn.
He upset that Russian.
Or no, it was Iranian.
Yeah,
like
that-
Yazdani or whatever.
The unibrow.
Oh yeah,
He beat that kid.
he
Damn,
beat him.
What a beast.
He scored 8 unanswered points to come back from like 6-3.
Ouch.
Yeah, what a beast. Do you guys at Ryan Keoghan MMA? Do you guys feel cannabis improves your fighting technique?
No.
Maybe a little bit at nights when you get high.
I think
So you're in
you only-
another
I think you only
mindset.
think that.
No. So you're in another mindset watching the fights,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
get some good ideas, some different perspectives than you'd look at watching a fight
We
sober.
have figured out some sweet shit.
Do you think
Huge
your
shit.
striking would be as creative without how you
Dude,
think when you're stoned?
I definitely did this kind of shit before I even smoked weed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it improved it.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. I think it does a little bit for some people. Everyone's different. At not really Luca. When training in the gi, do you only try things that will translate to MMA, or do you use lapels?
I've been getting really into gi, and I've been liking the collar chokes, using like
Yeah,
all the grips. I like those.
And the
I
big
definitely
thing's
use
different is like in the gi, you have like sleeve and collar guard, you have spider guard, and these are all where you're grabbing the sleeves and collar. And it's fun to just mess around with. It's a completely different sport.
Yes.
MMA is more simple. You stay on top and you punch. Stay
Be
on top
heavy.
and you punch.
Get an
MMA is a
underhook.
little more simple. Jiu-jitsu's with the gi is a way different sport, but I fucking think it's awesome too. So when I'm training in the gi, I'm trying to learn real jiu-jitsu. MMA is a little more simple.
And you teach gi grips and stuff, so you gotta.
Yeah.
So you have to know it personally.
Yeah.
And I
I give a
enjoy
fuck
learning.
about the gi.
Yeah. I'm going to train in the gi till I'm probably 50 years old.
That's sweet. I wish I liked it that much.
And
I'm
maybe
trying
you
to
will
like
later.
it.
Dude, I used
Maybe you
to
will later.
hate jujitsu, and now it's my favorite.
Well, because you get
sport.
fucked up and now you're doing better. That's part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. In the gi, you'd like it. And the thing is, in the gi, too, it's cool that they have all these, like, masters for. So you could be the baddest 50-year-old brown belt out there.
Fuck
And you're
yeah,
still
you could.
staying competitive.
That
Dude,
is
look
true.
at Z. Z's a badass.
Yeah.
He goes to all those jiu-jitsu tournaments and wins them.
Yeah, so you're the baddest dude in your age group.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty cool. So you can always compete and always train for something if you want.
Yeah, I
Because
like
you can't
that.
do that. You can't do that with wrestling or fighting.
Nope.
It's way
Nope.
too hard on you.
And you can compete as a white belt. You can compete as a blue belt, a
That
purple
is
belt.
sweet.
It's pretty cool. It's
That
something
is
that you
sweet.
can grow in forever.
Yeah.
And the reason I like it too is because like Mariah can do it, and she can get competitive and just have to work
Yeah.
on all that stuff. Like
Yeah, same with Emily.
that's why I like jujitsu a lot.
Mariah's getting fucking good rolling with her. It's funny because I roll with her quite a bit.
Yeah.
And like just watch it, like she's getting good. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It is.
That's sweet. I tell you guys, I'm strapping back on the singlet next week.
We're
Oh yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah.
Are you training
so-
right now?
Yeah,
Literally?
I've been wrestling right now. I'm training, but I don't got to make weight, so that's all right. But no, I'm wrestling at my cousin. He's the head coach of a junior college up in Wyoming, and they're doing like a all-star / alumni match. And so he asked like me, Benson, my college teammate Andy, a couple other studs. We're gonna go up to Rock Springs, Wyoming, and wrestle a bunch of tough college kids.
That'll be fun.
We'll see how it works out.
That'll be fun regardless.
Is it just practice or tournament?
Oh no, it's a duel, so it'll be like in front of people and
Oh, cool! It'll be a duel. That'll be fun.
and like it's close to my
plan on
hometown.
winning this bitch?
Oh, I'm not losing.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. Take shots at that.
Do you think smoking cannabis affects your cardio? See, that's another thing that's different. Like Sean's got sensitive lungs. I don't. I can
sensitive.
No, they're very sensitive.
Oh, that's probably really loud.
I can smoke and literally go do a treadmill run or smoke and go push it hard. It doesn't affect my lungs. I feel like it opens up my lungs.
Really? That's
really do.
fucking lucky. I feel the complete opposite. But I have a little bit of asthma. So like I'm literally thinking this next fight coming up in 8 months or whatever, not smoking for 2 months. Every fight I usually cut back and just do edibles for a while. I don't know if it's in my head. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. It's
Because
just your lungs are sensitive.
And it's
They're super sensitive.
they're not sensitive. They're just more
right, bud, you're
mature.
sensitive.
They're more mature than your lungs.
No, they're not. They're just
No, they're more mature.
They're just not.
No,
Okay.
so yeah, I don't know.
At King_Pops 93. What do you think happens when we die?
Oh God. I think you just die.
Do you?
I may guess. I want to think that
there's something.
There's something up there, right? Because that's the happy way of looking at it. Like I am getting married in a couple months. I would love to like be able to die and go someplace with my wife forever. But shit, like the weird part of me just thinks once you die, the ants eat you, and what's done is
It's
done.
just hard to say.
I wonder.
No one knows.
I wonder if they're going to be able to measure or figure out if our consciousness lifts and
Leaves.
goes somewhere. Like, it's super weird. I don't know. Either way, it's like it literally doesn't matter what we think happens or what
Exactly.
happens because it's gonna happen.
Because it's gonna happen.
Well, and we just don't know. It's so far past what our minds can even wrap around, dude, that we don't even fucking know.
I wonder if someday we will know.
And then
Someone literally dies, but then again, it's like
that's when
or
the
do
Earth
they think
ends.
that?
Yeah,
That's when everything ends, when they
And
find
before we figure that out, somebody smart is gonna figure out how to talk to dogs, and we're gonna be able to hear what
Dude,
our dogs
I
want to
already
say
can.
and
to
they
us.
translate it.
Yeah.
That would be fucking
James gonna be
sweet,
looking at
dude.
me, being like, "You dumb motherfucker."
You stupid bug. God, see, that would be crazy. Because literally, when I'm talking to my dog, her name's Beetle, she'll literally be like just talking to me, like being sassy, like saying, "Dad, I want another fucking treat," or "Dad, let's go to bed."
Rub my
she
belly.
just can't pull it out.
I know, and they look at you, and they like Jameson when he was a puppy, he would look at me so intensely. Like I'd be like sitting there watching TV, and he'd put like his paw on my nut. He'd look at me and be like, "All right, dude, I'll take you outside."
Yeah.
And he'd get outside, he'd start running around, going crazy. But
It's weird that a little tiny bird can like form words and cuss at you and say "fuck you." Like parrots can. Like Google
parrot can
saying,
tell
"Fuck
you."
you."
Yeah.
You'll laugh your ass off.
dude, how cool! And do you always think about this? I think about it all the time. What kind of voice does your dog have? Like, I think my dog is like the dog off of like Up. Like, hey, want to be my friend?
Yeah, like kind of retarded.
Yeah, squirrel.
Squirrel.
How high you are until you stand up.
I'm worried about standing up because I'm gonna be fucking drunk. I've had about half that bottle.
That's funny.
Did I miss
Yeah,
a
I
good
don't know.
flash?
That's the thing. That's the thing too. Is like
No,
I-
it's continued.
we don't know what's gonna happen anytime soon. Like that's what's scary about. Oh yeah, we're gonna have kids in 5 years. Like look at the way everything's going now. Kids with social media and all this shit. We have no idea what it's gonna be like when we have kids. How they're gonna grow up. We have zero clue.
It's crazy.
Just think how much we've evolved since like I remember in high school, I used to print out like Google Maps to go to a chick's house for the first time. Like, I'd be like, hey,
yeah.
can you send? I gotta ride my bike over there. Can you send me your address? And like, I'd like be sitting here riding my bike down the street with
Google
like
Maps.
Google Maps flapping in the air.
That's
crazy
fucking
how
funny.
fast technology's improved.
Now you just get on your
Yeah.
phone. It's like turn left in 300 feet, and you're like, oh, thanks, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, now it can fucking literally do it for you in those
Yeah.
Teslas.
Yeah, it's going to be weird because I think the whole like VR virtual reality thing and the cell phones, I feel like it's going to become a major problem in the next 10 years unless something changes.
Elon Musk says.
Even he says it, dude.
He says better to be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. And he's
You're right.
got an optimistic mind towards the future. So, but
See,
it
you're
is
right. That's good.
That's a good quote.
No, it really is. Mm-hmm. But it's like, do you want, because the amount of love we're going to have for our kids when we have them is going to be fucking crazy. And like, if something happens, I don't know. I definitely don't think you can stress about it. Like, I definitely plan on having kids, but it's going to be scary.
Dude, so scary.
What about you? Well, how many years? I'm saying like maybe 5.
Hard
to say.
I'm 5. If it was up to my future wife, we'd have kids right now. She loves
one in
being
there,
like a mother. Dude,
Seriously, pump one in.
hopefully it works.
Seriously, they're not duds.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not shooting blanks.
I want to make. I think we talked about this a long time ago. Though, like, I want our kids to be the same age and grow up together.
Yeah.
I think that would be fucking sweet.
Yeah, grow up in the jiu-jitsu gym together.
My kid will be choking you.
Fuck that kid.
I'll have a little girl and you'll have a man, and mine will still be choking you.
And my son will be fucking your daughter.
Dude, could you imagine having a...
My daughter will break your son's heart. Now,
Could you imagine having a hot daughter?
Dude.
Bullshit.
That's my biggest
Having a hot
fear,
daughter.
having a hot daughter and having to deal with shitheads like me
Dude.
showing up at the doorstep and being like, I used to be that kid.
But
Fuck you.
yeah,
Dude, that's the thing. With having a daughter, having a daughter would be awesome. But as soon as they start
12,
hitting
13.
12, 13, they start getting a period. They start getting all these feelings and emotions and start being just little fucking bitches.
But we can teach them how to see those symptoms coming on and realize, like, PMSing, and like
man,
they'll be able to really
The
go
best
about
thing
it
you can
better,
do is
though.
just love them and show them what real love looks like on a girl so that they don't go looking for
That
it in
is
some
true.
other place.
Yeah, you're right. But
Hold
man,
your
that's
daughter
gonna-
close or somebody else will.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. But
not too close that she hates you.
That
See, that's
is
the
true.
problem.
That
you
is.
spoil them too much, and then they don't know how to do their own shit.
Turn
that's
out
the thing.
like MK.
And everyone says, like, oh, I
Rich.
just want to give my kid everything. Like, give your kid everything, and they're probably going to turn out to be shitty.
Or a pussy.
Yeah,
Teach it.
or a pussy. Like, so it's...
Give a guy a fish, he eats for a night. Teach him how to fish, he eats for life.
Yep.
Mike just quoted that, made that up. That was genius.
At MikeHamel.com.
There's also a porno under there.
Yeah, 18 and up.
Yeah, that's the thing. But, boys, that's it for the day. We're an hour. That's the longest podcast we've done.
An hour?
We're an hour
Well,
and
hey,
10
we might
minutes.
as well close it off with
No.
one more, huh?
We've done a longer. Oh, no, we haven't, huh?
No? Well, let's close it off
Close it off right.
for the weekend.
Thanks for having me on, boys.
Yep, it's
Welcome.
9
That
a.m.
was our second
Mikey's blacked
guest.
out.
Magic Mike 145 on Instagram. Shoot me a follow. I could use it.
Yep,
And if you'd like to give any shout outs to anyone, because I guess you can. Shit.
Yep. And,
Citizen CBD. You can get on it.
There we go.
Field Supplements is good for you. PFS Fitness, MMA Lab.
Brandon's the man.
Brandon is the man.
there we go. Hit it. Send us off. Peace, my people.
Cheers, his people.
I hope you like the new studio.
I hope you don't. Jokes.
I hope you do.